I'm going to make this a 32 bar melody. So right now I'm in Soundtrap. I have an untitled song. I'm going to add a new track, and this is going to be drum and beats. Just so I have a beat, I'm going to use a loop. So I click here. You will have your own beats already, but I'll just use something that is here. Right. So this is 8 bars. Okay. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to put it here at bar 9. Quickly do that. And then this is just to get my 32 bar structure basically. I'm going to have something different for my bridge section. Right? Maybe just tops. Let's just do that for 8 bars. And then I'm going to, I've already got this, I'm going to copy this again. I'm going to throw this here. Tops, of course, means hi-hat and just kind of a basic thing here. So there's my beat, right? I'm going to, I think on this one, drag this back just a little bit so I can have a little bit of a drum fill at the 8th measure. Same way going into the bridge. Just quickly creating a drum track. You have your own drum tracks, which I'm sure are maybe more interesting than these pre-canned loops. And then I think at the end I'll do that fill again, just to fill out that last bar, and play it just to hear. Okay, it's good. So it's working. So I'm going to save, and I've created my basic drum track for my melody. I'm going to make a melody. In order to do that, I'm going to click Add New Track, and I'm going to take a piano and keyboards track. When I do that, my keyboard pops up. Now you'll see here that I have my keyboard. The basic way that pitches in music are organized is according to letters. We have pitches A through G. Some of them are marked already C, C on the keyboard, but we start with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. If we keep going, B, C. So we have, starting at C here, we're going to use C because it's kind of the basic note of the piano keyboard. C, D, E, F, G. G is the highest letter we have. We have to start over at A, B, C. Okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 notes in what we call an octave. So we're going to use these basic notes to create our melody. Now, the way to do this most efficiently and easily to get started is to listen to your beat, and I'm just going to loop this here right now from bars 1 through 8, and try to create a rhythm on just one key. We'll use this key here to create a rhythm and record this rhythm. So I'm just going to play it for now. Play. And I think what might my rhythm be. Okay, that rhythm I like for this beat. Alright? So I'm going to go back and record that for all 8 bars. So again, here's my tempo. My metronome is on. The settings are that I have 2 bars of count in. Okay, and I have a clave for the sound. Alright, so here I go. I'm going to record. I'm recording on the grand piano track. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. And you'll hear that's a 2-bar pattern. Bum, ba, ba, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so there. That's a very basic melody. I'm going to click Edit, right? And when I do, I get this piano roll here. So let me zoom in a little bit. And this piano roll shows me the notes that I've recorded. This is done with what we call MIDI, MIDI stands for Musical Instrument Digital Interface, and MIDI is a wonderful system because it allows us to record and then go back and edit what we've done with great ease. So, what are the four characteristics of sound? Pitch, duration, dynamics, and timbre. These are the four characteristics of sound. So what we're going to do now is edit pitch. So we have our piano roll view here, and you can see that our piano keyboard, right, we can even play it here, is flipped on its side, right? And so what I can do with these MIDI notes is drag them up and down to change the pitch. Just grab it with my mouse, drag it up and down, right? I can put it any pitch I want, right? So I'm going to undo that. And let's just hear how it sounds. So I can kind of think, how might I want to change the pitches to make this more interesting than just a single note melody. Another thing we can do with MIDI is change the duration of notes. So we have pitch and we have duration. This one's a little short, so I'm going to drag it out to be a little bit longer to match some of the other ones. Okay, you can see how this one is now of the same length basically as the one on the second bar. So I'm just going to change this note to be a D instead of a C. Now you'll notice when I do that it moved to line up with these lines, which isn't quite right for me because you'll hear the rhythm is not great with that. That's not what I had in mind. So I'm going to undo that, clicking up here. And this icon up here, the magnet, is a thing called snap to grid, which means that if I'm dragging something, it's going to snap to these grid lines. I'm going to take this off, right? And now I should be able to drag my note up with the same timing that it had before. Yeah, okay. So let's go and just hear that. Right? So that's different from dun dun dun. It's a dun dun dun. I'll move this down, and let's hear that now. Okay, that's better. I'm now going to do the same for this. Dun dun dun. And I'm going to try changing this one. Dun, 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 dun. Let's try that now. Okay, that's not bad. It's okay. Right? And so I like this. I'm going to repeat this. Boom. Boom. Let's change this a little. Dun, dun. And I'm just going to change this. Dun. 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 Let's try that whole thing. I'm going to change it to be faster. You can tap on this to make it faster. Dun, dun, dun. That's a better tempo. Go back to the beginning. Okay, and I actually kind of want these to be real short. Can I make them real short? Let me zoom in and see if I can make them really short because I'm zoomed in now. Zoom in. It's going to be really short, so maybe like this. Let me zoom out again. Just listen to that. Okay, so now I save. Now the next thing I'm going to do is take that 8-bar melody, zoom out a little further, and I'm going to make this an AABA structure. Okay, so there's my A section, 8 bars of A. I'm going to copy it And I'm going to turn my snap to grid on so I make sure that my timing is right. See now how this snaps. And I'm going to paste it right in that track. And when I said A, B, A structure, here's my A, here's my A. My B section is my bridge, and my A is going to be here again. So I can just paste it here. So I've got A, B, A already, but I just need a contrasting B section. All right, now I want to make something that's a little bit different, right? A little bit contrasting. So I've switched back to instrument here. You see piano roll, instrument. Instrument gives me this keyboard. So let me do a different rhythm. All right, so I'm going to record. Okay, so now again I have this melody here, and if I go back to piano roll now, here's my new bridge section or B section. Again, it's all on C. So melodically it's kind of boring. I'm going to do the same thing, change the notes to be something different. So I'm actually going to start my loop of measure before so I get some context here. So I'm going to go right away. Right away, I'm snapping everything to grid, so that's okay. I wonder if I can change my grid settings. Grid size. Let's make the grid size smaller. Yeah, okay. So maybe as I zoom in, I have a little more, I have a little more control there on the notes. So I'll keep the snap to grid. Because I zoomed into the snap to grid. Alright, let me hear how that sounds now. I have enough experience to hear these notes in my head, so I kind of know how the melody's going to flow, but you're going to probably need to do more experimenting. Alright, that'll work. Save that. So now I have my A that we've done before. My second A, I made a bridge section, a B section, and then there's my A section that happens here again. So I've rather quickly created a 32-bar melody in the standard form of AABA. There are hundreds, thousands of songs in the 32-bar AABA form. Almost every musical ever written has most of the songs in an AABA form. Many pop songs are in that same form, AABA, or verse, verse, chorus, verse. So it's a pretty standard form. You don't have to use this form. I might make another tutorial on a little more free form melody, but for now this is a good way to get started.